I'm Anastasia, and this is something that helped me. I know every story is different, but I hope that in this you can find something to help you as well. Best of luck.
Ben's brain surgery went on for so long that I had a lot of quiet time to think. But as the day went on, there were fewer and fewer parents in the waiting room, and somehow that solitude started to feel really ominous. As the hospital emptied and we were the only ones left waiting, it felt like something had gone wrong. There were still hours ahead, and so we found a little interfaith sanctuary in the hospital, and I was alone here, but somehow it felt more intentional and not as ominous. The solitude felt like something I had sought out, something that I wanted. And so as I sat and prayed, I began to think about my faith and my belief in heaven. You know, Benjamin was a sweet, loving 9-year-old, and so there was no doubt at all in my mind that if he passed away, he would be in heaven. He would be happy. His pain would be over. I truly believed that. It would be terrible for me. I would miss him and the pain would be incredible, but I really believed that he would be in heaven and his suffering would be over. And as the night wore on, and I sat in this chapel praying, I began to think about what recovery would look like. His diagnosis had all been such a shock and everything had gone so fast that nobody had really talked to us at all about after surgery, other than to go over the list of side effects. And they had to open his brain and take out something the size of an egg. So the list of side effects was huge. And they were really very likely, many of them. Many very scary side effects were very likely. And we knew that even in the best case scenario, if he recovered very quickly and very well, he still would be recovering only to go on to chemotherapy, which we had no idea how intense or what that would look like, the chemotherapy. So we knew that for him right now, the last memory he had was going down the hall in his bed going, wee, happy and excited, all on enough anti-anxiety medicine as they wheeled him off to surgery. So I could just imagine him waking up happy and excited in heaven, or waking up in terrible pain and agony here and then having to go through the recovery physically, and then after his body healed enough, start chemotherapy and just hope that it works. The future that I saw for him was very bleak. And so anyway, as I thought about this and as time went on and as I prayed, it was so painful. It really was. But I began to realize I truly did not know what would be best for Benjamin. I didn't know how bad the recovery was. I didn't know if the surgery would work. I didn't know what the side effects would be. I didn't know what would be best for him. And I realized that I had to believe that I couldn't control this, and I had to believe that it was entirely out of my hand. And somehow, I don't know, that sounds not very positive, but somehow it really was, recognizing that me as a religious person, I believe in God and I believe that he loves each of us, and I believe that he loves Benjamin and he cares for Benjamin and he wants what's best for Benjamin, and I believe that he knows what's best for Benjamin. And I recognize that in this situation, I didn't have any clue. I selfishly wanted him to wake up and be with me and stay with me forever, but I didn't know if that was truly what was best for Benjamin. And so anyway, somehow, this sounds terrible to say it out loud, but somehow this time in prayer, more than anything else through this entire hospital stay, this time all alone in the middle of the night in the hospital sanctuary in prayer, really brought me more peace and more comfort than anything else over the entire hospital stay. And so anyway, that's probably all that I'll say about that. I know that we live in a big, beautiful world, and there are so many people with so many different beliefs or feelings or opinions, ideologies, And so I don't want to tell you how to think or believe. Of course, you already know what you know and think what you think, believe what you believe. But I would invite you to question in your journal, ask yourself and think these thoughts through. What are your beliefs about what happens after we die, about an afterlife? Do you believe in God? Or do you believe in some other thing after we pass on from this world? What do you believe? There's no right or wrong that I'll tell you. I just think you taking time in your journal to ask those questions and do some soul searching can be really helpful. And do you find peace in prayer? If you don't find peace in prayer, are there other spiritual practices that you find peace in? And how can your own faith or your own personal beliefs, whatever they are, how can your beliefs bring you peace at difficult times? I think that would be really interesting for you to share in the comments, not in an argumentative way, but in a supportive way. I'm sure that anybody who actually listens to these videos is probably going through something where they have a child in a severe medical crisis or something like that. And anyway, if you share in the comments, how does your faith or personal belief bring you peace at difficult times? You may not believe like me. You may have a totally different mindset and a totally different point of view, but share in the comments how you find peace from that belief to carry you through the difficult times. And there may be someone else that watches this in the future that reads your comment, and your comment is exactly what they needed to hear, because I know not what I said will resonate with everybody. But anyway, I wanted to share this. I try to not be too religious in every single word that I say, but without a doubt, 100,000% more than anything else I did on this entire hospital trip and stay and journey, that time in that sanctuary really buoyed me up and really helped me feel that things were going to work out and that I wasn't in charge, so I could try. I didn't really succeed, but I could try to let go of a little bit of that feeling that I needed to fix it. It helped me a lot. So anyway, thank you. I really look forward to reading your thoughts. I hope that you will share. Thank you.
It used to really bother me. Every single person would say, I don't know how you do it. And for me, I realized the answer is 1 day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. People would say, I could never do that. Yes, you could, and you will. The journey is long and bumpy, but keep taking those tiny steps, and you can do this. I promise. Whatever is standing in front of you today, you can get through it.